Hello everyone, I am Balaji Rao. Welcome to BR Max class. This is first class on vector algebra. Vector algebra chapter is easy or difficult. If you understand theory part of vector algebra, if you understand geometrical meaning of all the definitions, then this chapter is very easy, dead easy. If you do not know the geometrical meaning of all the definitions, problematic part you can do very easily. But you can enjoy this chapter only when you know geometrical meaning of all the definitions. In this class, we are going to learn the definition of scalar with examples and definition of vector with example, and important one is how we represent a vector in mathematics. These things we are going to learn in this class. Before going to start this video, please drop a like for this video. Without much delay, let's begin the class. Physical quantities are mainly divided into two parts. Physical quantities which are having only magnitude but no direction are known as scalar. A physical quantity which is having magnitude but no direction. Example, suppose height. If someone asks what is your height, you will ask from which direction? From top to bottom or bottom to top, like that you will ask. If your height is 5 feet, you will say 5 feet, or you will say in centimeters, right? But for the height, no need of any direction, correct or not? So, height is a physical quantity which is needed only magnitude but no direction, okay? Height is the example for scalar. It is the physical quantity which is having only magnitude but no direction. Another one, time. Time is a physical quantity which is having only magnitude but no direction. If someone asks what is time now, you will ask that clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction, straight, left, something like that you will ask. No. If the time is 4 o'clock, you will say 4. If the time is 3 o'clock, you will say 3. So, time is a physical quantity which is having only magnitude but no direction. Area. Area is a physical quantity which is having only magnitude but no direction. If someone asks how much land you have, you will say 1 acre, 2 acre, 3 acres, like that you will say. You won't say what direction your area is. I hope you are understanding. So, what you learn now? You learn about scalar. What is scalar? A physical quantity which is having magnitude but no direction is called a scalar. And one important point is, we treat every real number as a scalar. 5, it is a number, this is treated as scalar. 10, number, it is scalar. 1/2 is a scalar. Every real number is treated as a scalar. What is scalar? A physical quantity which is having only magnitude but no direction. So, you learn about scalar. What is vector? A physical quantity which is having both magnitude as well as direction. A physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction is known as vector. For example, force. Force is a vector quantity. I'll try to explain this. To explain force is a vector quantity, I'll consider a table. You observe here, this is the table. On this table, I'll place an object which is 2 kgs of weight. Now what I'll do, I'll apply force on this object. 4 Newton's force I'll apply on this object towards this direction. If I apply force on this towards this direction, then object moves like this. Okay. If I apply force to this towards this direction, then object moves towards this direction. Okay, you observe here, I consider a table. On this, I'll place a object which is of 2 kgs of weight. Again, I'll apply 4 Newton's force to this towards downward direction. Towards downward direction. I'll apply 4 Newton units of force towards downward direction. Then this object moves. No, if I apply force towards downward direction, here table is there, strong opposite force is there. If I apply 4 Newton units force to this object towards downward direction, this object is not going to move anywhere. So what I am trying to say here, there is an object. If I apply 4 Newton units of force on it, where it moves, for that direction is needed or not. If I apply this force towards right side, the object moves towards right side. If I apply force towards left side, then the object moves towards left side. If I apply force towards downward direction, then object is not moving anywhere. So force is the physical quantity which need magnitude as well as direction. So whenever I will discuss about force, at that time its direction is needed. So what I am trying to say, force is an example for vector quantity. To explain force, we need magnitude as well as direction. Don't worry, in mathematics, this force, velocity, acceleration, we are not going to use these words very frequently. You just need to know what is vector, a physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction. The physical quantity which is having both is known as vector. Another examples for this vector is velocity, acceleration are the other examples for vector. I am saying again and again, if you are good in the theory part of vector algebra, this chapter is going to be very easy. What you learned till now? You learned the definition of scalar, you learned the definition of vector. What is the definition of scalar? I am asking you only, please respond. What is the definition of scalar? Good. What is scalar? A physical quantity which is having only magnitude but no direction is known as scalar. What is vector quantity? A physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction is known as vector. You learned the definitions of scalar and vector. Now most important thing, representation of a vector. How we represent vector mathematically. This is very important. Please listen carefully. Representation of a vector. How we represent a vector mathematically. This is very important one. I am going to explain this in 4 points. Okay. So point number 1. What is point number 1? Vector is represented by a directed line segment with initial point and terminal point. You observe this first point. A vector is represented by directed. Directed means direction. Directed line segment with initial and terminal point. You see here, this is the line segment. Two endpoints will be there. For line segment, endpoints will be there. This is the line segment. If I give direction to this, this is what? This is directed line segment. This is from this is in this direction. So this is the initial point. This is the terminal point. Okay. Second point. You observe somewhere you saw like this. AB bar is a vector. What it means? AB bar is a vector means it's a vector whose initial point is A, terminal point is B, and it is directed from A to B. AB bar is a directed line segment. It is directed from A to B, whose initial point is A and terminal point is B. Suppose you need to represent this vector. How you represent? AB bar is a vector means its initial point is A, terminal point is B, and it is directed from A to B. This is the vector AB bar. BA bar means what? BA bar is a vector. It is directed from B to A, whose initial point is B, terminal point is A. I hope you are understanding. And one more very important point. The length of the vector AB bar. The length of the vector AB bar is known as magnitude of that vector. What is length of this vector AB bar? Length of this vector AB bar is the line segment AB. That means AB, the distance between the points A and B. AB is known as magnitude of the vector AB bar. So what is magnitude of a vector AB bar? The length of the vector AB bar is known as magnitude of that vector. Look here, magnitude of a vector AB bar is denoted by modulus of AB bar. What is magnitude of AB bar? Length of the vector AB bar is called magnitude of that vector. What is length of vector AB bar? Length of vector AB bar is AB. You look here, magnitude of vector AB bar is denoted like this. Magnitude of AB bar is what? Magnitude of AB bar is AB. How you read this? We read this as a modulus of AB bar, or you can read it as magnitude of AB bar. Both are correct only. Magnitude of AB bar is AB. Modulus of AB bar is AB. What is magnitude of the vector AB bar? The length of the vector AB bar is known as magnitude of that vector. Suppose you need to calculate magnitude of the vector PQ bar. Magnitude of the vector PQ bar. What is PQ bar? PQ bar is a vector whose initial point is P, terminal point is Q, and it is directed from P to Q. So what is the length of the vector PQ bar? Length of the vector PQ bar is PQ. Okay. So magnitude of PQ bar is PQ. So here total 3 points you learned. One more point is there. Before that, I quickly recall these 3 points. What is the first point? How we represent vector mathematically? Vector is represented by a directed line segment. You see here, it is a directed line segment with initial point and terminal point. Second point, if AB bar is a vector, whenever you see AB bar is a vector, what you will say? It is a directed line segment directed from A to B, whose initial point is A and terminal point is B. Magnitude of a vector AB bar is denoted by modulus of AB bar. Magnitude of a vector AB bar is denoted by modulus of AB bar. What is modulus of AB bar? Modulus of AB bar is AB. Length of the vector AB bar is AB. Okay. Fourth point. You see this, what is the fourth point? Vectors are also denoted by single small letters by writing arrow over it. You see that A bar is a vector, B bar is a vector, C bar is a vector, like that you will see while doing the problems. Vectors are also denoted by single small letters by writing arrow over it, like A bar, B bar, C bar. What it means? Suppose a vector is something like this. Vector is represented by a directed line segment. This is AB bar. Instead of saying AB bar, simply I can name this as A bar also. While doing the problems, you will get more clarity about these things. Okay. So A bar is a vector means what? It is some directed line segment. So what is magnitude of A bar? Generally, magnitude of A bar we'll write it as small a. Magnitude of B bar we'll write it as small b. Like this. So you learn about representation of a vector. What you learn in this class? You learn the definition of scalar, a definition of vector, you learn representation of a vector. Representation of a vector is very important to understand the things further. What is scalar? A physical quantity which is having magnitude but no direction is called a scalar. What are the examples for scalar? Time, height, area, volume. These are the examples for scalar. What is vector? A physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction is known as vector. What are the examples for vector? Force, velocity, acceleration. Representation of a vector. In representation of a vector, you learn total 4 points. What is the first point? Vectors are represented by a directed line segment with initial point and terminal point. Second point, if AB bar is a vector, it means that it is directed from A to B, whose initial point is A, terminal point is B. And third point, length of a vector AB bar is known as magnitude of that vector. Length of AB bar is AB. Magnitude of a vector AB bar is denoted by modulus of AB bar. What is modulus of AB bar? Modulus of AB bar is AB. What is the modulus of BD bar? Modulus of BD bar is BD, because length of the vector BD bar is distance between the points B and D. And fourth point, vectors are also represented by single small letters by writing arrow over it. Like A bar is a vector. While doing the problems, we'll write A bar is a vector, B bar is a vector, C bar is a vector, like that we'll write. In general, magnitude of A bar is written as A. Magnitude of B bar is written as B. Okay. In next class, we are going to learn different types of vectors. What is zero vector? What is unit vector? Very important definitions you are going to learn in next class. Don't miss that class. And once again, I am saying that this vector algebra chapter is very easy when you are good in the theory part. Okay, and if you like this video, please drop a like for this video and share this video with your friends so that they'll also will get benefit. In case if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe now. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.